Hello everyone, Cherie here, and by the time you're watching this video, it is Valentine's Day weekend, and so I figured that this would be the perfect time to just chill with you guys and talk about my love life. Ooh, I've gotten so many questions like about, I don't know, how I view love and relationships and guys in general, and honestly I don't like to respond to those comments just like when they're on a random video, so I decided I might as well make this video talking about it. Anytime you guys ask a question, I can just lead you right to this video so you can see me talk about it or my answers. So yeah, but to make this video even better, I have a lot of Korean convenience store snacks that I'm gonna try and munch on while I tell you all about love life stuff. So yeah, so I got like some weird ones, some amazing ones. I love these. Some ones that remind me of America, chocolate, squid. Some egg flavored things, like what? Some yogurt flavored Skittles, Palgona, and something spicy. Oh, I have some drinks too. So I'm very, very excited. So sit down, maybe with a cup of tea or with some snacks, and let's get to talking about love. Yeah, let's do it. Okay. First of all, I love you guys. I am such a hopeless romantic. I'm the girl who daydreams up like scenarios in my mind of how I can meet a guy. If I see a really cute guy, like I'll just like imagine something in my head happening. Like a meet cute or whatever or stuff like that. Like I love love, and some of you guys might get the wrong impression, might have gotten the wrong impression because like I am very much independent, but I do just love the idea of love, like true love, and I think it's so beautiful. So to start this off, let's have something chocolatey to celebrate Valentine's Day. This is Hershey's Choco Popcorn. So let's try it and see what it tastes like. Okay. So let's try it. I'm kind of disappointed. It literally just tastes like caramel corn. It doesn't taste like chocolate to me, like at all. That's a bit disappointing. All right, now let's talk about my history when it comes to just like love and relationships and stuff like that. So I actually didn't get into my first relationship until I was 20 years old, and I honestly don't regret that at all. I love that I took time to like mature before getting into a relationship because I am very emotional and I get very emotionally attached to things and to people. And so I'm happy that I waited until I was very mature, well, more mature like than in high school, and like honestly waited for my first relationship. While growing up, like a lot of people I feel like around me felt super rushed to like get into a relationship or to get their first kiss or whatever. And like for me, I didn't feel rushed at all. Like I didn't feel the need for a boyfriend. Like I wanted one, but want is different from need. Like, I was honestly still like really happy with my life. Like when I was younger, I was doing so many things. I actually wrote 2 books. By the time I was in high school, I did not publish them, but I wrote 2 like 400-page books. Yeah, I also did like a booktube channel when I was like 16. I graduated from high school early, started college 1 year early. Like I was just doing all this stuff. I was so focused on like other things that like, yeah, I had like fantasies of what it would be like to like meet someone and have a beautiful love story, you know? But I didn't feel like I needed one. I also read a lot of books when I was younger, and like, you know, I read a lot of like really cute love stories like in middle school and in high school, and like they were so heartwarming. Something that I always like noticed about like these cute books and also like cute movies that I would watch as well is that like throughout the majority of the book or the movie, the main girl was single. It was only at like the very end of the story or the movie where like the girl got into the relationship with like the great guy for her. And so I was like, I always thought that being single was cool because it meant you were kind of like the main character of your own story. And so I honestly just thought being single was like super cool. And I liked being single, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna like wait out for the right guy like all these girls are doing in books and movies, and like he'll come up, he'll show up. And I didn't like try to force anything with anybody because I didn't feel like it was necessary. Like I said, I love the idea of love and like true love, and I romanticize it so much, but I also feel like I didn't need it, which definitely set me apart from other girls. Yeah, in high school I just like was focused on other things. I was very independent and I didn't care as much just about relationships. I cared about what my heart was telling me, and I've always been following my heart, and I never felt like I had to like somebody, which I feel like a lot of girls struggle with actually. It's like feeling like they need a boyfriend to be cool, or they need to have had their first kiss by high school to like be cool. I think that's messed up. I think each person has like their own pace that they should take. Let's have another snack while I put my thoughts together. Let's try this egg snack. Keran kwata. Egg snack. Literally egg snack. Wait, it just smells like a wafer. What the heck? It just tastes like a wafer. It's all it tastes like. It's just an egg snack because it's made of eggs. What the heck? Interesting. As you can tell, I also was not a casual dater. The reason that I just did not do casual things was just because like I am a very emotional person, and that like limits me from being casual. Like I can't be casual. Guys, when it comes to like my feelings, like I can't just like go on tons of dates with different guys and like kiss tons of different guys just because of my emotions. Like I can't do that. I can't do that. And I won't do that. I've always been like a long-term serious sort of girl, which is again why I've only had 2 boyfriends as well, 2 kind of long-term relationships. So yes, because I feel emotions so strongly, like I just can't do casual things. I also attach myself to people, especially when I'm physical with them. So yeah, let's talk about some physical things. Not really, because I don't have much to say. Like, I didn't have my first kiss actually until I was 21. And it was like such a small kiss too, but and yeah, the most I've ever done is just make out with a guy. I am not gonna have sex until I'm married. I know that could seem like kind of outdated or whatever, but it is a religious thing for me. But it's also just because like I know myself, like I said, and I know how attached I can get to somebody. And when you have sex with somebody, like you create bonds with that person. And I just know like for me, I would hate to like create that bond with somebody that I'm not gonna spend the rest of my life with. And then like, I feel like that would just make a breakup so much harder. And yeah, I just want to have that bond with the guy that I marry. So I hope that you guys can like respect that. This is like my own personal choice. Yeah, for me, I am a virgin and I want to stay that way until I am married. So yeah. Anyways, so yeah, I hope that makes sense. Like why I am the way that I am. Like I just take everything very seriously and I don't think it's a bad thing. Let's try another snack. I keep on forgetting that I have snacks here to consume. These look very interesting to me. These are like garlic dipping sauce chips. I have no idea. Let's try it out. Ooh, they actually smell like really good, but they smell sweet. I swear so many things in Korea is sweet. This is so weird to me. Because like garlic bread in Korea, for example, is sweet. And in America, garlic bread is salty. This is sweet and it just tastes so weird. Because when I think of garlic stuff, it's salty. That is so weird. It's not great, but it's not terrible either. Like, it's kind of nice, I don't know. All right, now let's talk about my standards. So, yes, as you can probably tell throughout this video, my standards for a guy are pretty high because I do take relationships seriously and I am looking for something serious and long-term that could potentially end in marriage. So, I have high standards. Ladies out there watching this, please do not lower your standards for a guy. Like, I don't think it's gonna end well. Like, keep those standards. Whatever standards you have that you've set out for yourself, please just keep them high and do not take anything less because you deserve an amazing guy perfect for you. Some of my standards, which I hope that you guys just respect that like this is my own personal opinion and stuff. I don't represent everybody, it's just me personally. So yes, I've chosen like 3 or 4 things that are like the most important to me in a guy. The first one being that he understands me completely, or like I feel completely understood by him, like I can be totally myself around him. I have only experienced this like maybe 2 times in my life where I felt like completely understood by another guy before, like completely. And that is something that I have like lowered, the standard that I have lowered before, but I don't want to lower it because I want to be able to feel completely understood by the guy that I'm going to marry. So that's really important to me. Second one is religious. Yes, I do want him to be not just Christian, but like a member of my church, the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And I know some of you guys might say like that's picky of me or whatever, but it's my own personal preference and my religion is so important to me in my life, and that is like one of my highest priorities for a guy. And my last 2 boyfriends that I had, they were both members of my church as well. So I've never dated anybody who hasn't been a member. I've been on dates before, but never seriously dated anybody who wasn't a member of my church. So yeah, that's just my preference. The third thing that is so important to me when it comes to a guy is to find a guy that is genuinely nice and caring. And not just for me, but to everyone. Like, I want a really nice guy. Like, really just generally nice and not like fake nice. There have only been a few guys that I've met who have actually been like a genuinely nice sort of guy. And not just like nice people that they like, but like nice people who like yell at them or are upset at them or something like that. Like, just like a really nice guy like that. In my last Q&A video that I posted, you guys asked like what my ideal type was and I said a prince. And it's kind of a joke, but also kind of not. Because like princes usually generally have qualities that are like really, like they're nice and they're caring. I'm talking about Maxon from The Selection, Prince Maxon and Prince Kai from Lunar Chronicles. If you want to know my ideal type, just like read those books, The Lunar Chronicles or The Selection, and then you will know. But yeah, nice guys, like they have my heart. Genuinely nice guys. So yeah, those are like some of my preferences, my main preferences and standards that I have for guys that I date. Hope that makes sense. Let's try some more snacks. Let's try these. These are spicy. I don't know what it means, but it looks like this like ramen tteokbokki thing. Oh, cute. Ooh, it actually smells like ramen. Like what? It looks like it too. You know, I think this is the first one that I've genuinely enjoyed. It's spicy, so it's not sweet. And it's like got a good crunch to it. And it smells and kind of tastes like ramen. Yeah, it reminds me of Shin ramen. Like, it's really good. These are really good. Wow. Okay, I really want to drink something after that snack, so let's just go to my other snack real quick. I found this today, and I've been wanting to actually try this for a while. It's like Milkus, but it's uyu shikbang flavor, which is like milk bread. It's like literally bread flavored soda. And so I really want to try it because I love Milkus, but I don't know about this flavor. Like it's so weird. Oh my gosh, it smells like bread. No. Oh no, that is weird. What? No. I just wasted money on that. No, buddy. No, I'm good. Where's my water? Let's add a disclaimer right here that I should have put before. Just because I have high standards doesn't mean that I won't go on a date. For me, like I have these high standards for getting into a relationship with somebody, not just on going on dates with guys. I have a rule that I will usually give every guy at least a first date because you really never know what's gonna come out of it. You never know what could happen for the better. This rule is like, that's the rule that I generally follow unless like I get creepy vibes from a guy or if I just, don't get good vibes. And generally like I have to have met him. I'm not just gonna go on a date with a stranger. Yeah, so I don't do Tinder friends. I've heard like Tinder horror stories. And also for me, being a member of my church, I'm really not, like Tinder's for hookups is what I've heard. And I, as you can tell, do not hook up. So it's just not my platform for me. But yeah, generally I will give a guy a first date because I just think it's fun to get to know another human being, even if it's not gonna end in a relationship. Like I really love getting to know people. So I hope you don't think that I'm just like, oh, I'm gonna push all these guys away and wait for the perfect one. No, I'm gonna go on dates with people. Like I'm gonna go on dates with guys and I have, and it's so fun. Even if it doesn't end in a relationship, like it's still really fun usually. I learn more about myself. I learn about the guy that I'm going on a date with. So I definitely will give guys a chance on a first date because I think that's fun, and it also is kind of respectful, and it's also me putting myself out there as well, which is good. Honestly, I've learned a lot more about myself and what I want by going on dates with guys that maybe I generally wouldn't want to be in a relationship with. I learn a lot about myself, and for me, that's worth it. Like I can go on a first date with a guy, but to commit to a guy and to a relationship with him, he has to reach like those standards that I mentioned before, and also, I need to like him. I need to feel those feelings for him, which is what we're gonna talk about next after I try my next snack. After that Milkus, you guys, I just want a comfort snack, and you know what we're gonna do? This churro comfort snack. My friend Cassie recommended this to me, and man, it is so good. They're so addicting. They're so addicting. Yeah, literally, these are one of my favorite snacks in Korea. 100%. What are we gonna talk about next? Okay, let's talk about my heart for a second because my heart just, I don't know, it's very interesting. Hey guys, I just realized I'm editing this video right now back there, but I just realized I never really talked about like my heart and stuff and how it deals with liking guys and stuff like that. So what I'm gonna say real quick is that my heart does not like, I do not fall for guys easily at all. Like it takes a lot to get my heart like liking a guy. It doesn't come easy. I'm not one of those girls who can fall in love with a guy like as soon as she meets him or like overnight or something. Like yeah. It's very, like my heart is so selective. It's not just my head. It's not just my standards. My heart is just super duper selective when it comes to guys, which is again why I've only been in a few relationships. And honestly, I feel like I've only really been in love like once, maybe twice. And not with the guys that I've dated. I hope they're not watching this video. It's complicated and it's complex, but true love, like I use love, like the definition of love, like it's super important to me. And like saying that word, like it's really important to me. And I think there are various levels of love as well, like friendship level, then like love just as like a whole person, but then like romantic love. And I only think I've been romantically in love with a guy like once. So yes, that is how my heart is working right now. So just so you know, just so you know. All right, now let's talk about my 2 long-term relationships that I have had before. I've only had 2, and again, I'm cool with that. I'm happy with that, honestly. My first one was when I was 20. It was in 2018 with a guy from the Philippines, and we dated officially for 2 months, but like unofficially for like a year. And I don't want to go into details for that. I don't want to speak about my first boyfriend disrespectfully because I feel like he's grown up so much, and even though the relationship was very rocky between us, like I'm still thankful for it. So I hope that you guys don't take what I say the wrong way. He just like wasn't as committed as I was to the relationship, so we did break up after a few months, but then we still like went on dates, and like it's almost like we were officially a couple, if that makes sense. But then after a year like that, I was kind of just done like the partial commitment that he gave, so I kind of like walked away from that. But he grew up a lot since then. He's actually married right now, and him and his wife are great, and like I love them. And so yeah, things ended up being like really well with that. But trust me guys, even though like I was the one who's done all the breaking up in my relationships, I've gotten my heart broken. Trust me, I have felt that pain. It is not fun. And then my last relationship was with George, who some of you might know. He's been on a few of my videos before in the past. We got together officially in 2020 in April 2020, and then I broke up with him in August of 2021, the end of August, before I came over here to Korea. And again, I'm not going to talk about details because I want to respect him. And to keep it short, we just realized that, I realized it first. We're both great for other people. Like we're both better matched with other people, and it just like needed to happen. But yeah, we were together for a while, and now that leads me to where I am now, single in Korea. Let's celebrate this with a drink of coconut milk. I'm nervous to try this because the last drink option did not go well, but we have coconut milk plus, and I love coconut, so we'll see if this tastes good or not. I'm slightly worried. Okay, this is good. This is really good. What the heck? That's so good. So yes, right now I'm single, and honestly, I'm enjoying it a lot. I don't know, I really, like, I think I'm so independent that like, I really enjoy being single. And I'm not just saying that because I am single. Like, I really enjoy it, like investing in myself. Like, I don't know. I still want a relationship. Again, not need, like I want one. I think it would be great with the right guy. That's the thing, the right guy. I have had people ask me on dates. I've had people who liked me, and I didn't like them back. And I'm not just gonna settle for a guy. I'm not just gonna settle for a guy just to have a relationship. That's never how I've been. It's always needed to be true and real to me and to him, and I'm not just gonna settle for a guy. Like, I'd rather be single than to settle for a guy, just have a relationship with him. And that's why I'm being single right now, because like the right guy for me hasn't come along. Yeah, so honestly, I'm just working on myself and improving myself and investing in myself, and still being open to going on dates. I'm not shutting myself off, but I am genuinely happy right now, and it feels good, honestly, to focus on myself after being in a relationship for so long with George. So I'm really happy that I'm investing in myself and just spending time getting to know myself better after so long of being in a relationship. It's been really good, and I'm looking forward to the next relationship with the great guy that I'm going to eventually date. But until then, I'm just gonna keep working on myself, keep improving in myself, and just investing in myself, and it should be a good time. All right, let's try this. I'm actually very excited. I've tried this chocolate one before, but this is cheese. Let's try it. And after I try it, we're gonna talk about soulmates. Yeah. Ooh, oh my gosh, this is like melting. Oh, what the heck? I mean, I like the pup, but the cheese is sweet. Why is it sweet? Cheese is not sweet, bro. I don't know what's up with that. I posted on Instagram asking for questions about like love or relationships and stuff in general. And a lot of you were asking about how I feel about like soulmates or like finding that one person for you. I personally don't believe that exists. And let me explain why. I come to it from a very like gospel mindset, gospel-centered mindset, because I think about God. And I honestly don't think that he would only give me one chance at true love in this world with one person. And if I blow it, then I blow it and it's done. And that's my only chance at like true love and happiness. Like that is cruel. And our God is not cruel, okay? So I genuinely believe that for me, like I believe personally for me that there are multiple guys out there that could go well with me. And I could be just as happy with either one of them, but I would just lead different lives. Obviously, because they're different guys that I could end up with. So I don't believe in soulmates. Sorry, you guys who do. But I just don't think that God would be that cruel to only give me one chance with one guy, and then if I blow it, then that's it. No happy ending for Cherie, you know? So that's what I believe when it comes to soulmates and stuff. I've also gotten lots of questions about dating a Korean guy. Would I date a Korean guy? Have I dated in Korea? What's it like? First of all, the thing that gets me about these questions is like, why specifically a Korean guy? Why? Like, to me, it's less about the race of the guy, honestly. Like I did say in my Q&A video that generally Korean guys are not my ideal type. And that's true. That is true. But it's not because of their looks. Like I think Korean guys are so attractive. Like they're so attractive and most of their fashion is like on point. But how they look, it doesn't mean as much to me than like their personality and how well I feel like they get me. And so that's why generally Korean guys are not like my ideal type, because they don't, I don't know, I feel like culture is a big part of it. I'm from like a low, loud American culture, independent and stuff like that. And the Korean culture is very different and I respect that. But when it comes to like relationships, what I ideally want, I feel like I could be more understood as by somebody who knows my culture at least pretty well or something. And there's always compromise in a relationship and I understand that. But so yes, to me it all comes down to like personality and how well I feel like I'm understood by whoever I'm dating. So honestly, like race is not a big deal to me because it like literally doesn't matter. Like I know this is weird to you guys, but it's just like based on personality and how well I feel like I connect with them and they get me. And generally like that doesn't happen with Korean guys. Generally, okay? So I hope you don't feel like I'm being racist or anything like that, because that's not the case here. I literally just don't care about race. Like I would go on a date with a Korean guy. Yeah, sure, why not? Like I would do it. I'd go on a date with a guy from Germany. Sure, why not? I'd go on a date with a guy from America. Like it doesn't matter. Like I'll go on dates with different guys from different countries. I just don't get why you guys are so hooked on like Korean guy. And I've gotten so many comments being like, you need to date a Korean guy, you need to get yourself a Korean boyfriend. Like why Korean? Why are you preferring one race over the other? Why are you wanting me to date one race over another? You know, why not just like, you should end up with a good guy. Like I'm okay with that. Like those comments to me would be better than like, oh, you should date specifically this race. I'm like, what? So I'm so sorry you guys, but that's like how I'm viewing these questions. Also, I just want to point out, I just realized my past 2 relationships, the only 2 that I've ever had, was with first a guy from the Philippines and second a guy from China. So, guys, don't think that like I preference like one race over the other or something. It literally just comes down to the individual person. So, yes. So technically, yes, I could end up with a Korean guy. I could not. To me, it doesn't matter where they're from, just like their heart. Wow, look at me. All right, we still have some more snacks to try here. I want to try these cheddar cheese pretzels because these are similar to these, like there's like these pretzel bites things in America. And I want to see how these relate. I hope these don't taste sweet. Not bad. Not bad. These are pretty good. Let's look at a bit more of your questions or things that you wanted me to talk about. Is it hard dating in Korea as a foreigner? I guess yeah, because I don't try to date. To meet people, yeah, it's hard unless you use like a dating app, which again, I don't use. I would say yeah, generally it's like hard, but also I'm not going to bars and clubs, meeting guys on a regular basis, so just at my church. So yeah. Long distance. Oh my gosh, guys, I love long distance. You might think I'm a little crazy, but I love long distance so much because I feel like it really tests you and like your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. Like it tests your trust in each other. It tests how well you actually care about each other. I've done long distance for 8 months total, 10. Honestly, if it was like over a year or something, that would be very difficult and that would be very, very hard, you know? But for me, it was just like a few months at a time, and honestly, that long distance, like, it didn't bother me. Trust me, guys, like my love language, my 2 main love languages is physical touch and quality time, I think, or acts of service, one of the 2. I love physical touch, trust me, I do, and I love cuddling like so much. That's like my favorite form of physical affection is cuddling, but like, I just think long distance is like so beautiful in a sense, because like you're really focusing on each other's hearts and their personalities and not just like physical stuff. So I think that's beautiful. Long term, it could be very hard, and I'm not sure how that would be like if it was longer than a year, or like not knowing when you're going to see each other. That'd be very difficult, but in general, I think it's a good test to see how your love lasts with distance, you know? And so yeah, I kind of romanticize it. I think it's beautiful in its own way. So yes. Let's try some more food. Let's try this ojingo. This squid. It's octopus flavored squid. Oh, that is a smell. You know, this actually tastes kind of good. I don't know if it's because I'm really hungry, but like it tastes good. I like it. My whole house is gonna smell like squid now, but it's fine. All right, some other questions. How is Valentine's Day celebrated in South Korea? From what I know, it's the month where girls buy guys like chocolate. And then White Month, I think, is March 14th, and that's where guys return the favor and they buy girls things. At least from what I remember. Girls buy guys stuff on Valentine's Day, and then on White Day, guys buy stuff for girls. So yeah. Where should I start looking for good guys? I'm tired of finding out sketchy things about men. Yeah, me too, girl, me too. But I think me generally, like I am surrounded by a lot of guys who are of my same faith and religion, so that's really helpful. That helps me get all the sketchy guys. Generally, there have been some sketchy guys in my church, and then I'm just like, bro, no. Yeah, there have been sketchy guys, but for me, you know how I deal with men who I'm not sure of? Do you want to know how I deal with men? I'm very honest and blunt with guys, because I feel like they don't get that enough from girls. So I'm just very blunt, and I like ask them personal questions, and like I want to find out about how they are. I'm kind of a scary date now that I think about it. Y'all want me to go on dates with guys? No. I can be scary. And I feel like I can weed out like crappy guys pretty easily. I also want to point out that it's not just men that can be stupid and like sketchy and terrible. Like there are a decent amount of girls who are also not great either. So I think we tend to focus on like all these guys being sucky, and yeah, I've experienced that 100%. I went through a phase in my life where I was just like, men suck. And I think all of us girls go through that, but also I think we should also like acknowledge that not all women are great. Lots of women just suck too. So it's hard on both ends to find a good person generally. I don't want all the men to take all the blame. Let's try some Talgona candy. I don't know, Talgona popcorn. This doesn't taste very good either. It tastes like coffee. And Talgona is just sugar. Why is there a coffee flavor? This is not Talgona coffee. Question, if you had a crush on someone at work, would you tell them how you feel? Yeah. I can't not. Like, life's too short. I'd tell them, even if I get heartbroken. Like, I'm not afraid of being heartbroken, because I heard once that your heart is like a muscle. You gotta exercise it, and it'll get stronger. Because I feel like my first heartbreak was awful. I cried for months, like every day. But the second heartbreak wasn't as hard. And so I'm not afraid of heartbreak, because I know when going into a relationship or when going into stuff like this, you risk heartbreak. And I know when I'm getting into a relationship with someone, it's going to end in marriage or heartbreak, which is how it is. And so you gotta risk it. You just gotta risk it. And you know, if he doesn't like you back, or if for example, like I confessed to a guy that I liked him and he didn't like me back, like at least I know. It's not the end of the world. That just means he's not the right guy. So yeah. Love at first sight, real or fake? Fake. I think you can feel attraction at first sight though. How do you manage dating someone whose faith/religion is different from yours? I don't know because I've never done it. Would you like a Korean boyfriend or nah? Nah, I don't care. But again, I don't care about the race. Boyfriend, great, but I don't care where he's from. Do you think love is more of a feeling or a responsibility? Feeling 100%, that's what I've always felt. Love is just a beautiful feeling. How important are the same beliefs for a relationship? To me, very important, very, very important, because I have like strong convictions and strong beliefs, and I mean, I like when they're challenged sometimes, but like generally I just like, especially with religion, I want it to be the same. How are you supposed to tell someone you like them? I know there's no right time, but how and when? You just gotta do it. There's never gonna be a right time. Just go for it when you're feeling it the most. Because again, rejection, it'll happen, and then it won't happen, and you can move on. If it does, if you get rejected, it's fine. Be chill. Says the overly emotional girl. All right, let's try our last candy. It is these yogurt flavored Skittles. Oh, they're pastel-y. That's so cute. These are definitely Skittles. Well, they taste good. They taste really good. I like it. Here's my one advice. Love, dating, relationship advice for us single people out there. The one advice for you is patience. Like, for me, I am waiting for just a beautiful relationship. But in the process, I'm working on myself, right? I want all these great things in a guy, and I have high standards for a guy. So I think the type of guy that I want to date, he probably has high standards for the girl he wants to date too. And I'm gonna work towards being like the best version of myself and just being really good. Like, I want a guy who's really close to God. I'm gonna be close to God. I want a guy who's really nice to others. I want to be nice to others. Like, so I'm working on myself. I'm not just like sitting here waiting. And I'm also going out and going on dates and stuff like that, but I'm not settling. I know that like a great relationship with a great guy is worth the wait. So I'm not gonna settle, and I'm just gonna enjoy being single until that happens. Trust me, sometimes guys, like I pray at night, I'm like, Heavenly Father, if you wanna send the right guy my way, like feel free. I am ready. Like I am, I do feel ready, but at the same time, like I'm enjoying just like waiting it out and being patient and knowing that good things come to those who wait. Wait patiently, like actively wait, not just like sitting there waiting, right? I'm working on myself and stuff like that. So that's what I would say to you guys. Just like enjoy being single now, because you are most likely going to be married for the majority of your life. So this only lasts for so long. Enjoy being single, invest time in yourself, enjoy the process, and do not settle for a guy, because you could be missing out on a great relationship in the future by settling for somebody right now. So yeah, those are all of my thoughts. Hope that you guys learned a lot more about me and where I'm coming from when it comes to dating and relationships. I hope that I was able to explain everything well enough so that you kind of understand. I know I can be kind of a weirdo, especially when it comes to love and relationships. If you'd like me to do like a part 2, me doing a more Q&A sort of video, like advice column thing, let me know by thumbsing up this video and leaving a comment down below. And subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. I hope that you guys have a lovely Valentine's Day. I honestly love Valentine's Day because it's all about love. And not just like romantic love. To me, growing up, I always just felt like Valentine's is a time to love everyone. Like to show your love for everyone. And for me to show God's love to everyone around me. So I see it as more of just like a holiday to spread love to everyone, like my friends and my family and stuff. So I really love Valentine's Day. I love love. It's a good time. But yeah, I hope you guys have a lovely Valentine's Day wherever you are in the world, whether you're single or in a relationship or married. Like, I just hope that it's such a lovely day for you. I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon with another one. Bye!